the arrival. The transport door opened, and the cold hit like a wall. Cadet Vreel stepped out first, and the moisture in his nostrils froze instantly. He stumbled back into Sova, who grabbed the door frame with trembling fingers. Behind them, the rest of the 12 cadet units spilled onto the surface of Kareth 9, an ice moon the Academy used exclusively for one purpose: punishment exams. The sky was white. The ground was white. The horizon was white. Somewhere beneath 40 meters of ancient glacier, geothermal vents kept the moon's core warm. But up here, on the surface, the temperature read -31 degrees Celsius. Their communicators crackled. Welcome to Survival Module 12. Objective: survive an 8-hour surface exposure without external heating technology. Your thermal gear has been remotely disabled. Construct adequate shelter or fail. Clock starts now. The transport lifted off. Sova's feathered crest, usually a vibrant amber, turned pale and flat against her skull within seconds. My biology is not rated for this temperature, she said very quietly. None of ours are, said Daxon, wrapping his thick Gorvian arms around himself. Marcus Webb zipped up his flannel jacket, looked at the horizon, and said, Okay, we've got maybe 40 minutes before exposure becomes dangerous. Let's move. The panic. They had 40 minutes. They wasted 15 of them arguing. Vreel pulled up thermal schematics on his data pad. The screen flickered in the cold. Daxon insisted they dig downward into the ice, citing 3 theoretical survival models from his second-year coursework. 2 other cadets, a pair of Nelvari twins with translucent skin, simply sat on the ice and stared at their own hands as the color drained from their fingertips. We need to calculate the optimal geometric shape for heat retention, Vreel announced. A sphere, said Sova immediately. We can't build a sphere. Then a dome. With what material? Silence. The wind picked up. One of the Nelvari twins made a small, frightened sound. Marcus had not joined the argument. He was already 20 meters away, driving his boot heel into the ice surface, testing its density at different points. He crouched, pressed his bare palm flat against the ground, and held it there for 3 seconds. Marcus, Vreel called. We need your input on the geometric. Stop talking, Marcus said, without looking up. Come here. All of you. Something in his voice made them obey immediately. The education. We're building a Quincy, Marcus said. Blank stares. An earth snow shelter. You pile snow into a mound, let it center, that means harden, then hollow it out from inside. The snow itself becomes insulation. Inside temperature stays around 0 even when it's 30 below outside. 0 degrees is still freezing, said Daxon. 0 degrees won't kill you. -30 will. Marcus was already moving. We need a mound at least 2 meters high and 4 meters wide. Start piling. All of you. Now. Nobody moved. Marcus looked at them, blue-skinned, feathered, translucent, trembling, and said more gently, I know it feels wrong to touch the thing that's hurting you. But the cold is also our building material. Trust me. Sova stepped forward first. Then Vreel. Then, one by one, the others. The build. They piled snow for 25 minutes without stopping. Marcus directed every movement, the angle of the mound, the density of each layer, the placement of a dozen thin marker sticks poking outward from the surface like spines. He explained as he worked. The sticks would tell them when the walls were thick enough during hollowing. Never dig past the stick. Never. His hands turned red, then white. He kept working. When the mound was high enough, he crawled in headfirst with a flat piece of ice he'd broken from the surface and began carving. The displaced snow came out in chunks. Vreel, despite having 4 arms, learned the technique in minutes and worked beside him. The Nelvari twins were shaking badly now. Daxon's lips had gone gray. 10 more minutes, Marcus said, his voice steady. 10 more minutes and we're inside. He was right. The warmth. 12 alien cadets crawled into a hole in the snow and stopped shaking. It was astonishing. Outside, the wind screamed. Inside the Quincy, it was still. The temperature climbed slowly towards 0, warmed by nothing but their own bodies and the insulating mass of packed snow. Marcus poked a single ventilation hole through the ceiling with his finger. "Breathe slowly," he said. "We're going to be fine." Sova sat with her knees pulled to her chest, crest slowly returning to amber. She looked at Marcus, red-handed, frost on his eyelashes, completely calm. "You've done this before," she said. "Once. I was 11. Got lost in a blizzard in Montana." He paused. "My dad taught me the night before, just in case." "Just in case," Vreel repeated slowly, as if the concept were extraordinary. "That's what humans do," Marcus said. "We learn things before we need them, because we've learned that we'll always need them eventually." Daxon's gray lips slowly turned back to their natural deep green. One of the Nelvari twins laughed, a surprised, relieved, involuntary laugh, and then everyone was laughing, even Vreel, even Sova, even Marcus. Outside, Kareth 9 raged. Inside, it was warm enough. The report. 8 hours later, the transport returned. The Academy observer floated down on a grav platform, data recorder in hand, expecting casualties. What he found instead were 12 alien cadets and 1 human, alive and coherent, crawling out of a snow mound like it was perfectly ordinary. He stared. Sova handed him her field report without a word. He read the final line. "Recommend immediate addition of human vernacular survival knowledge to core academy curriculum." Theoretical models failed. Instinct, memory, and a father's lesson did not. The observer looked at Marcus. Marcus shrugged. "You should probably also teach the Quincy."